Yo, what is up, everybody? Teresco back again. Another chapter from the story titled Friend, written by Skeleton Girl 95. Remember to check out the links in the description, show love to the author, like, comment, and subscribe. Chapter 9. Oh, you mean Nico never told you? Teresa, it was horrible. Nico could have saved me, but no. She turned and left me there, dying on the floor. Teresa turned to Nico, a confused look on her face. Many thoughts were going through her mind. Nico would never leave their mother for dead, would she? Nico didn't spare Teresa a glance as she continued to glare at their mother, who in return just smiled sweetly back at her. Nico knew what she was doing. She was trying to play them. She was hoping she could tell Teresa to turn on Nico and start a fight and forget the reason they brought their mother in the first place. Nico cracked her knuckles before raising her right hand over the glass stone, letting it hover over it for a moment. Nico made sure their mother was watching before she slammed her hand down fast. "Stop!" their mother shouted. Nico stopped right before her hand hit the stone. She could hear the fear in their mother's voice. Nico glanced up at her, seeing the same fear from her voice in her dead eyes. Nico looked at Teresa from the corner of her eye. You could see Teresa's hands covering her mouth, probably from the shock of everything. Nico let out a loud sigh. She was done with this game. The more time they wasted, the harder it would be to get rid of Friend, and she knew that. She needed to end this, and end it fast. Enough, Mother. You made that mess yourself. You're alright. I did leave you there to die. You left her? Nico rubbed her eyes in frustration before looking Teresa in the eyes. Teresa, listen. When Mom got brain cancer, she lost it. She made a deal with a demon that if she freed 13 of his demon followers, he would cure her. Teresa tilted her head to the side at their mother, a memory popping up in her mind, always telling Nico and Teresa what they must never do. But you told us to never make deals. Nico snickered, gaining Teresa's attention. Go ahead, Mother. Tell Teresa all that you did. Their mother sat straight back up against her chair, keeping her mouth shut tight. Nico leaned over the table, smirking at her, saying, Oh, you don't want to talk about it now, huh? That's fine. I'll tell her. And when I'm done, you're gonna tell us what you did to Teresa. Nico turned towards Teresa, reaching her hand out, laying it on her arm, gaining Teresa's full attention. Nico let out a sigh. I remember it real. Nico walked up the steps on the pouch grocery, in the hands and a smile on her face. She reached out, grabbing the doorknob, turning it, before stepping in the door, kicking it shut. Nico turned around, letting out a loud gasp, dropping all the groceries on the floor. In front of her was her mother, laying on the floor, looking up at someone Nico thought she'd never see in their house. But Nico's eyes were wide as she took in its appearance. To anyone else, it would look like a very handsome man, but Nico could see what it really was. It looked almost like a shadow, but it had glowing crimson eyes, sharp teeth, and long claws. Nico hesitantly walked towards her mother, her eyes never leaving the shadow-like creature. Mom? What's going on? The creature tilted its head to the side, an amused smile on its face. By the look in your eyes, I'm gonna say you have the gift like your mother. Am I right? Nico slowly nodded her head as she kept her eyes locked with the creature's. Nico was pulled from her stare, down with it, when her mother grabbed her arm frantically, mumbling something under her breath. Nico bent down to try and hear her mother better. He listened carefully as her mother began to mumble again. Nico's eyes went wide when she finally was able to understand her mother. What? The creature smiled wickedly as it watched Nico slowly let go of her mother and back up a bit. You're kidding, right? She asked her mother, hoping that it was a lie. Nico watched in horror as her mother shook her head fast, a smile plastered on her face the whole time. Isn't it great, Nico? You can cure me. And all I have to do is release more things like him. No, are you crazy? A small price to pay. Besides, it doesn't come back at me. Just then, it clicked in Nico's mind. How she did it all. A sickening feeling formed in her stomach from the realization. Nico's hands went over her mouth as her body began to shake horribly. You've been attaching these things to the people who come here, aren't you? Yes, I have. But you see, there was a small catch to it all. And what is that? Well, you see, I had 1 month to let out 14 of his followers. And today is the end of the month, and I only let out 13 of them. Nico raised an eyebrow at her. She didn't like where this was going at all. And if I don't let out all of them, he'll kill me. So be a good girl and let me attach the last one to you. Nico shoved her mother away fast, the look of disbelief and betrayal on her face. Are you serious? Once there, Nico turned halfway to glare at her mother and the creature, or should we say, demon. You don't even care about the damage you've done, and to make it worse, you want to use me as a pawn? Your own daughter. Nico, if I don't do this, he'll kill me. Nico grabbed the doorknob, yanking it open fast. He gave them both one more glass and said, "You were already dying. You brought this on yourself, Mother. I won't be part of this." And she slammed the door behind her. As Nico ran to her car, she heard her mother let out a blood-curdling scream. Nico closed her eyes tight as she fell to her knees. The tears fell down her face. She had no choice. She told herself repeatedly as she sat there crying. After sitting there for an hour, Nico stood up on shaky legs as she walked back into the house. She slowly opened the door and peered inside. There on the floor lied her mother, unmoving body. Nico let out a shaky breath as she grabbed the phone to call the police. To anyone else, it would look like the cancer finally won. But Nico knew the truth, and she'd take that with her to the grave. She had to remember to call Teresa after it's all cleaned up. You might hate Nico, but she still had the right to know about their mother. After hanging up on the police, Nico began to look for her mother's book that held all the information on everyone she's seen. When Nico finally located it, she glared at it. Her mother and that demon might be gone, but now Nico has to clean it all up. She just hopes she's strong enough to do it on her own. Nico could hear the sirens as they approached. This is gonna be a pain. This would be a lot easier if you didn't lose your gift, Teresa, she said to herself as she goes to open the door for the police. And ladies and gentlemen,